You're watching the Sports Central Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Central Podcast. I am here with a Rams legend, an absolute beast on the field, Michael Brocker. So good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so out here for Legends Day, Rams training camp. You looking forward to something like this?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm always happy to be a part of this Rams organization. Anytime I get an opportunity to be back and, a part of the family and see my guys, so I'm always excited.
Yeah, seeing the players, no doubt, nice to see them. But I was talking to the fans outside, and they heard you were here. They got really excited.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The fact that I still have that
Come
gives me some oomph about
There you
myself,
go.
man. I truly do feel good about being a Rams legend, if
Yeah.
that's what I am.
That's what you are.
All
That is
right.
what you are. So out here the season, getting ready for, I know you don't miss training camp, right? This
No,
part
not
of
at all,
the,
not at all.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's hot out here.
Uh-huh.
You guys are working out, but what do you look forward to, each football season? And as a player, what was this moment in time like for you getting ready?
Just a part of the preparation. We all know training camp is, those dog days, and it's going to be long. It's going to be some periods you're just not going to want to, do it. But I just think it's a part of, the football experience, a part of the preparation that you need to get your body into, get ready for the season.
You were drafted 14th overall in 2012 by the Rams. That was Les Snead's first year. Looking at where he's brought the organization today, what are your thoughts on the job that he's done?
It's crazy to see the mad scientist that he is, and the trendsetter that he has become. Making the decisions that he making the trades that he makes. Not playing your guys in preseason. He started to make that trend. He's a true, like I said, trendsetter in the game right now, and everybody looks up to him to, have that baseline of what a good GM is.
You were also there when Sean McVay made his coaching debut. At the time, he was the youngest to do that. He also set a trend in the NFL, right?
Absolutely. Being younger. I think we had Andrew Whitworth and a couple of other guys that were older than our coach at that time. So it was very awkward, our first meeting. But when Sean came in, he understood. He was a leader of men, and when you have that. Everybody understood the respect that he had over the team and things like that. But at the same time, it was just weird. Your coach being younger than some of the guys on the team.
Did the players give him a hard time that first year?
A little bit. I think Whit messed around with him a little bit. But other than that, people knew the accountability factor that he brought to the team is what I think we all needed. And when we seen that, we bought in, and you see we had a great season that year.
And you looking at what he's done and how far he's come as a coach. I mean, give us something that we don't know about Sean McVay. What do we not see behind the scenes?
To be honest with you, I think he's been truly transparent at who he is. He's a hard worker. He's a guy who remembers every play from 10 years ago. He remembers a play. So he's always been the same guy, on and off the field. So there's nothing I can really tell anybody differently, that they don't know of Sean McVay, who he is, to this day.
How much have you looked at the roster heading into this season? What are the expectations around this Rams team?
I mean, we all know the pressure is there, but I think it's always there when you have a team of this nature, a team that, it's always there at the end of the year, right there, about to, get to the big games. So the pressure is just on us again this year. You have built a phenomenal team throughout the offseason, and it's just time to put all these decision-making and put it on the field and make it work. So,
you went to the big game, 2018. Tell me about that season. What do you remember?
Just the impact we had. I think the camaraderie we had as a team. We all hung out outside of the facility. Even though we were at the facility 24/7, we found time to go to each other's houses and hang out with each other outside of the game. So that's what I remember most. The brotherhood that we had from those teams is what I think really got us to where we were.
Is that what you missed the most?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do I miss training camp? No, not at all. Practices? No. But just hanging out with the guys, having a good time, enjoying our families, things like that. That's what we miss the most.
Big question around Aaron Donald this year. Should he rejoin this roster? What does he bring?
Man, I just think a added X factor to the team. I think, you play us on Madden, we have all these stars all over the field already, and then you just add another one. Definitely some that teams are going to have to prepare for, just his name. Being on that time, that sheet where you see in the lineup, he has a possibility to play, makes you a little nervous. And I just know a lot of offensive coordinators do not want to see that name up there.
I saw that when he was coming out of college, you watched a highlight reel that was like 14 minutes long or something like that.
Yeah. It was 14 minutes long, and usually at that time, highlights were made where they show a highlight and they do some music, or they show the same highlight slow-mo. His was constant game film the whole time, and I was like,
no fluff.
This guy is crazy. Like, why hasn't this guy been talked about more? I'm like, people should be watching him. He tackled like 2 guys at one time on the highlight. I'm like, I sure hope this guy don't come to the Rams, and then all of a sudden, with the 13th pick, the St. Louis Rams select Aaron Donald, and I was like, oh, he's gonna take my position. This is gonna be a long ride, man. Let's get to it. But after that, just having him a part of the team, me buying into his greatness and who he is, man, we have a phenomenal relationship.
When you retired from football, you stopped playing. What was it, 2022?
Yeah, 2022, 2023, I think. Yeah.
Didn't announce retirement though until 2024. Was there a thought about coming back for you?
A little bit, because anytime you end your career in a way that you don't have control of it, it's kind of like, I want to have the control of my ending. But I think I did a tryout, that season, and just got the sense of, man, you still got it, man. You really wanted to play, you can do this. And I think that's all I needed. I think that's what I needed to hear from somebody else, that, hey, you still have the potential, you still have the juice, you still can do what you want to do if that's what you want to do. And that gave me the opportunity to feel like I took back that control and said, you know what? I do have the opportunity and I can go, but you know what? I choose to just lay the pass down. It's over for me. Let's see what's next for me.
On your terms.
Absolutely.
So what is next for you? I saw that you considered coaching at one point, maybe when the kids are a little bit older. Is that still on your mind?
When the kids get old, they don't want to be around their parents no more. They get to about 13, 14, they can go to the mall with their friends. They're like, bump mom and dad. So once that time comes, I think that's my time to start coaching. I can be in the office a little bit more, because it is a sacrifice. People don't understand, coaches are in the building more than the players. So when it comes to that, and I know I want to give 110% to whoever organization or whatever position I'm in, I would want to give that. So I think after the kids are a little bit older, I think that'll be the best opportunity for me to do that.
In the meantime, you are a full-time dad to 4 beautiful children, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Yep.
You've got a podcast. You've got a restaurant in Houston. First, let's talk about the restaurant. What kind of food is it?
Little, Cajun mix, Tex-Mex mix, where I played for LSU, so got some, seafood, additions to the menu and things like that. So, it's called Quad Houston. It's off of Alameda Road, 4608 Alameda Road.
Hit it
precisely.
When you're in Houston.
Hit it while you're in Houston, because it's just a vibe. Things that I've, seen while I was in LA and Houston is just kind of, building that combo to build the, one of the top elegant sports bars in Houston, Texas.
And tell us about the podcast.
The broadcast, I was doing that for the whole off season until lately. I just stopped just to focus on the restaurant a little bit more. But the broadcast was just all sports updates, my opinions on what's going on in the sports world and things like that. So you just got to see a different side of me on my own podcast.
Well, when the time comes, if you decide to veer out from the coaching option, you want to do media?
Oh, absolutely.
I think you could.
I think media is pretty cool. I definitely have given media way more respect after being on that side.
Thank you.
Enjoying, seeing Super Bowl and seeing all the chaos that goes on behind the scenes. People don't realize their cameramen, editors, things like that are putting in work to get these visuals for the fans. When
you come out here today, and what players are you looking forward to catching up with, or which legends are you looking forward to seeing?
Man, guys that familiar faces. I'm being honest with you. It's mostly the staff. staff,
Oh,
Reggie,
that's
the
sweet.
training staff, Berg, the equipment staff, those guys who, I hung around, it's most of the players they're young. They weren't playing with me. I got guys like Tyler Higbee that's still playing familiar face, but it's a young roster, not used to. So I might not have friends on the roster that I'm familiar with, but definitely the staff that's been here for decades, I would love to see.
Last question for you, Michael. Your favorite play in a Rams uniform?
Ooh, that is tough, man. That is tough. My favorite play as a Ram. Okay, yes, I have it. It's actually it was with St. Louis.
You know what? You said it was tough, and then you came to it real quick.
Yes.
I think this is on a loop in your house.
The only reason why I recall it and I say it because AD stole my shine.
Oh,
so,
man.
Here it is.
That guy.
We're in St. Louis. We're playing Seattle. They're going, it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. I don't recall that we need a big stop to end the game. I make a play to stop the ball. Marshawn Lynch chucks his feet. AD comes out of nowhere, jumps on Marshawn Lynch. I have his legs. We stop him. We win the game.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest play I feel like I was a part of as a Ram in that jersey. Yes,
I love it. So good to see you, Michael Brockers. Thank you for stopping by the Sports Central podcast. And stick around, everybody. We've got Torry Holt coming up next.
You're watching the Sports Central podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Sports Central podcast. We are joined now by Rams legend, a 7-time Pro Bowler, Torry Holt. It's good to see you. How have you been, Torry?
It's good to be seen. I've been well. Thank you very much. Living in North Carolina. My brother and I are running our company, and my kids now are out of the house. My daughter Torry is actually working here with Molly Higgins in the community department this year, and my daughter Brooklyn is out in Denver, and then my son is an engineer and working. So my wife and I are officially empty nesters.
Well, congratulations.
So that's been rather pleasant, and I've been enjoying that.
Yeah, you work with your brother on construction.
Yes, my brother and I have
we
have our own commercial construction business. We are now going on 19 years in the business, and really having a good time with that, scaling the business, growing the business, and trying to become a better leader so we can lead our company and lead our people. But that's got me busy. Then I also work with the NFL Legends community, helping our retired players post-career.
I want to talk more about that for sure, but let's talk about this Rams team this year. How closely do you follow? What are your thoughts on this year's team?
Oh yeah, I follow the team. This is my team. I mean, I'm going to the grave as a Ram. So, but no, I'm super excited about the football team, super excited about what Les and Kevin and Coach McVay and the whole organization staff, they continue to do, the players that they continue to bring in to the fold, and just continue to raise the bar. The standard is set here, and they know that they have to meet that standard every single year, and they're going out and doing it in the draft as well as free agency, bringing in great players, great coaches that fit the mold of wanting to be a championship team.
Do you feel like it's a good thing to play with a target on your back?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I think it's great. I think what it does is it keeps you on your toes, keeps you accountable, it keeps you focused on the details, keeps you locked in on what the team goals are. And when you hear Coach McVay speak in his meeting rooms, or even when he speaks to the media, it's all about team. It's all about one direction and everybody on board. So yeah, I think it's fine playing with a target on your back. I think the guys can rise up to that level and meet the expectations.
You know how hard it is to win it all in this league. You did it in your rookie season.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that year?
I remember how great of a team we were and how we all pulled for one another's success. And going to practice every day was exciting. The film rooms, the meeting rooms, dinners, everything was just exciting because it was all geared towards winning. It was all geared towards enjoying and appreciating one another. And when I watch these teams, the Rams teams, they remind me of those Super Bowl teams that I played on in St. Louis. We care for one another, we enjoy one another's company, we pull for each other, and the goal was to go out and be champions, and that's what I see here in LA. So that's what I remember about those teams. Just championship teams, but championship minds, championship friendships that still hold on to this day.
Love that. Definitely championship expectations this season. What do you think about Sean McVay as a coach and what he's done in his tenure with this team?
10 years now, Coach McVay has been around, and you've just seen him get better and better and better and better each year. And then over the last couple of years since he's had kids, I think you see
He's a
even
different
more.
man, right?
I think you see a different man. I think you see a guy who's always appreciated the game of football and the guys and the guys that he coached and the staff that he leads. But you see it, I think he has even more of an appreciation of it now, being that he has to raise two little ones that are dependent on him, that are counting on him, that he has to set and be an example for. I think it's carrying over to his coaching.
Now, one of the big questions for the Rams this year, Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I think Aaron Donald comes back and play. I do. I think, and if you look at Coach McVay and his interviews and the excitement that he shows on his face, if you look at Les, and I'm just reading body language. I'm just reading body language. But the body language is good from the higher ups, which is a good thing. But no, this is home for Aaron. You know, and if he feels like he wants to come back out, if he wants to come out of retirement and play football again, I think they should strongly consider it.
You know they will. I mean, this team is so talented on defense as is, with the pieces that they've added and what they've built. If Aaron Donald comes back, what does that do to this Rams defense?
Oh man, it just I think one, it shows the guys on defense that have never seen him in person see what his regimen is like and how he gets ready for football. He's the ultimate pro. We know that he's dominant, but he's an ultimate pro. Aaron shows up every single day. If you hear his teammates talk about he doesn't do anything halfway. So I think it'll be a great example for the defense to see that. But then it also raises the level, because now guys are saying, hey, I want to show Aaron what I really can do, which I think could really enhance the defense, take it to the next level. And if he decides to come back, I think it gives the defense how I would consider playing him. I would play him not only as a defensive tackle, I'll let him do a lot of things across the board. Stand up, come off the edge, line up over the nose, maybe even play some linebacker. We might even see, if he decides to come back, we might even see his first interception of his career.
Ooh.
Have him drop out in coverage. I would let him do a little bit of everything, because you have Puna Ford, you have Kobe Turner, you have Brendan Fisk, you have Myles Garrett. All these guys, particularly the young guys, are better players than what they were when he left the game.
I love that. I love that. And you know what? We've got it on record now. You're calling it.
Yeah, why not? Have some fun with him, right? Have some fun with him.
Yeah.
If he's energized, you got a team of guys that can take a lot of that down after down type work off of his plate, and you can specialize with him and allow him to use his skills and his strength and his speed and his athleticism. Man, you can have a field day with him.
Speaking of a field day, man, Torry, in your career, I mean, just the numbers are incredible. You've got the Super Bowl win, all-decades team. I'm going to ask you a question that you're probably tired of answering, but, man, when are we going to see you in Canton?
Good question. I've been a finalist now 7 years in a row, and I feel like every year I'm disappointed, but every year I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So we'll see. Hopefully, as we continue to go, the voters I'll get enough votes to finally be able to become a Pro Football Hall of Fame. But I tell you this, I love playing football. I love the competition. I love winning championships. I love representing the Rams organization. So that in itself is a lot. But yes, certainly if I'm inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, that takes it over the top.
I don't know anyone who would say that you don't belong there.
Thank you very
absolutely much. Do belong there, and I hope we see that day sooner than later.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But speaking of football, I know you love this game, and it means so much to you. And you're here today for Rams Legends Day, and you get to see some of your, the older Rams and the current team, and I'm sure people that you know on the staff really well. And this is your family, really.
It is.
But another thing that we're doing, though, in addition to the fans getting to see the players on the field, one of the sponsors, Edwards Life Sciences, has a booth and a setup. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so they have Get Off the Sidelines. We were asking our fans, our lovely fans that are out here today, to make sure that they go and get screenings and make sure that their heart health is good. And the heart valve disease is very real, and you can go unnoticed with no symptoms and still have some underlying issues with your heart if you don't get screened. So we're encouraging folks to go out, get screenings, make sure that they're checking on their hearts, because we want our fans here in the building, no doubt, but we want them here with healthy hearts, a good mind. So we're just encouraging them to go out, get your screenings. If you're 50 plus years old and older, be sure to ask your doctor about heart screenings, And then Elvis Life Sciences do an incredible job of their partnership with the Rams of being here right now on campus, providing those free heart screenings for those that want to see what their heart health is about.
That's tremendous. Great stuff by
Absolutely.
the Rams providing that
It
opportunity
is.
today.
It is.
Greatest show on turf. You were part of that. What was so special about that group?
The men, just really good coaching staff, starting with Coach Dick Vermeil, who's a Hall of Famer himself, and then the players that we have. The unselfishness. When you think about that offense, which was deemed the greatest show on turf, myself, Marshall, Kurt, Isaac, Adam Timmerman, Orlando Pace, no ego in the building. Everybody was thoroughly excited for one another and their success. And I love that about that team. For a young boy like myself coming in, I was a rookie, and to come into that kind of environment, I thought it was the best. And I just wanted to make sure that I did things the right way for those veteran guys like Ray Agnew, DeMarco Farr, do the right thing for those guys because I knew they deserved and wanted a championship. So I just wanted to do the right things by them to try to help them achieve that goal of becoming champions.
You know, I love hearing you mention all the names of those guys. It brings back a lot of good memories. And here live at Rams training camp, we've got the players taking the field, so the crowd noise is going up. Yeah. I appreciate you raising your voice for that one. A division foe in the Seattle Seahawks had the Legion of Boom. Was there any coincidence that they needed to drum up their defense in response to what the Rams are doing on the offensive end?
Absolutely. Well, it's a copycat league. Everybody's watching each other. And if the Rams make a move, Seattle's going to make a move. If Seattle makes a move, the Rams are going to make a move. The 49ers are going to make a move. The Cardinals are going to make a move. You got to win within your division first and foremost. So all these teams within the division are watching each other. So the Rams going out and getting Myles Garrett certainly had the Seattle Seahawks say, look, we got to do something to combat that. But I think this conference, the NFC West, is certainly one of the best conferences, if not the best conference in all of football. If you think about the last, 10 years, Rams have won a Super Bowl in that tenure. Seattle has won a Super Bowl in that tenure. And San Francisco has been like right on the cusp. So this is an outstanding conference, and you got to have players if you're going to win this conference.
Well, it's so great to catch up with you. Torry Holt, thank you for your time. Great to see you. Enjoy all the festivities today.
I will.
Thanks for joining us on the Sports Central podcast.
Thanks for having me. Go Rams.
Go Rams, baby.